Hey, everybody. Good morning. It's December 14th, 2020. I'm Harlan Cohen, and I am grateful to be here with you. I hope you're having a great Monday. I hope you had a great start to your day. I want to just share with you just what happened over the weekend, and I want to give you something to help you start the week with intention, to help you to have a great everyday in the spirit of win or learn, my upcoming book. But first, I want to fill you in on what happened over the weekend. It was a really interesting weekend. It was a full weekend, and I'm kind of exhausted. So I don't know if you're a Miracle Morning person, but I love the Miracle Morning, and it's actually had a huge impact on my life. It's a book by Hal Elrod, and Hal is just a remarkable individual who has helped millions of people to be able to start their day, to be able to organize their life, to be able to create some calm by taking techniques that have been proven and combining them into something he calls a miracle morning. And the miracle morning consists of 6 different components. There's silence, affirmation, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing. The acronym is SAVERS. SAVERS, right? I think the scribing, you're right, but he said scribe because savor doesn't really work well. So anyway, I like the acronym. I'm a big acronym guy. And I started doing the Miracle Morning August of last year, the year before. And so the idea is you get up an hour earlier, a half hour earlier. If you're not a morning person, you can do this a little bit later. You're free to do it, but the most important thing is to actually do this. So here's my journal. This is my journal. You want something funny about my journal? This is great because I'm so imperfect. So see, I write on the side of it. So I wrote to thy own self be true. There you go. And it's actually to thine own self, right? I made a mistake on my journal, but it actually gives me joy. On the side I have, let's see, I'm trying to do this with the camera. It says joy, joy, joy. And then it says, I love myself fiercely. So anyway, this is my journal. This has been a great journal. Oh, it's a green screen. It's like transparent. Anyway, I will scribe every day or journal. And I have to be honest, sometimes I don't do it in the morning. Sometimes I do it at night. The other day, I did it right before I went to sleep. I mean, the rule is I always do this. And journaling really helps, and then meditation and exercise. So anyway, this thing is great. I strongly encourage you to check out the Miracle Morning. But what's exciting about this weekend is Hal and his team, they put together a movie, the Miracle Morning movie, and it was a live broadcast. It was a world premiere, and it was fantastic. And I strongly encourage you to check it out, the Miracle Morning broadcast. So you can watch the movie. I think I had to buy a ticket for it. I'm not sure what they're going to be doing in the future, but if you want something to just help you out, to help you start on the right foot, and to help you to just kind of find some certainty in an uncertain world, this is a wonderful thing to do. So the other thing that happened this weekend is we worked to help my daughter launch a new business, right? Because the Miracle Morning, it's all about creating intention and putting yourself out there and trusting that good things are going to happen. This is my daughter. She paints these vinyl records, and anyway, they're really beautiful. She puts them in frames. We helped her to start a business, and either it's going to work out well or it won't, but we'll know and she'll know, and something great will happen. And that's just what we trust. But let me tell you, the whole process of putting it together, of coming up with the idea, of taking the photos, of putting them out there, of marketing it, it was like incredible. What was amazing is that you can create a business. Anybody can create a business, which is unbelievable, in a very short amount of time, and put it out there and be able to create distribution and be able to put something into the world. It takes effort, but it was incredible to see it start. So anyway, was a really exciting piece as well. In addition to all of the craziness going on in the world of college, there are people who are waiting. They're checking their mail. They're excited because it's early decision season, and we tend to hang on to expectations. This has been a big exercise that I've been working on over the past year, is that expectations are things that I don't tie myself to, outcomes, especially. The outcome is going to be what it is. And when I get fixated on a dream and I have to have one thing be a certain way, for example, my daughter started that business that I just showed you about. I just showed you. And the thing is, like, it's either going to work out the way she wants or it won't. And if it works out the way she wants, great. And if it doesn't, great, because something will happen. And if you do something, something will happen. When it comes to colleges, we're so fixated on a particular outcome. I've been talking to students who have had dreams, who have been so focused on wanting one thing, and it ends up that not everything they want turns out as planned. And this is another great example of how, even if something doesn't turn out as planned, it can be amazing. I'm a firm believer that we are the keepers of our dreams. Nobody is the dream fulfiller. We are the ones. And we can align ourselves with people and put ourselves in places to create whatever we want. We just have to recognize that we are the dream keepers and we are the dream makers. We just align ourselves with people and places to help those things to come true. This is Daniel. I interviewed him. He wanted to, well, you know what? I'll let Daniel explain this.
That was not my first choice. I was for sure certain since high school that I was getting out of Florida. I was gonna create this perfect life in New York City. And I did get accepted into NYU, but which was honestly, it was fighting for number one between NYU and Georgetown. Okay. But I ended up not going. And the reason I ended up not going was money. UF gave me a full ride scholarship. And at NYU, they gave me like $54,000 a year, right. Which I know sounds like a lot of money, but it costs like 78.
Right. So he couldn't go to NYU because he didn't want to take out the loans and decided to go to UF, where he pretty much got a full ride. He's now part of an honors program. Daniel is incredible, continues to be a leader on campus. And it's another example of a student who expected to go to one place but ended up going somewhere else. And it's this idea that even if what we want doesn't turn out exactly as planned, if we are able to shift and pivot, we can create whatever we want. It's about being intentional, and it's about giving ourselves permission to not always get it right the first time. So if you've been following these other morning messages, what you've seen is me helping you to tell your story. I have a new book coming out in January, Win or Learn. And part of Win or Learn is being really intentional about understanding that no matter what happens, we're going to be successful. One of the exercises is to tell your story as if it's happened. And in the book, I talk about telling your story as if you are 10 months in the future, because 10 months is the time, takes for a baby to, get all to be born, basically, right? Full pregnancy is like 10 months. So anyway, one of the exercises, one of the mini exercises, is to tell your story as if. You tell your story as if it's already happened, but you tell a smaller story. You tell the story of your day. And this is something that I do every single day. I tell the story of my day. And the reason I tell the story of my day is so in the morning, I can look back at the day feeling a sense of accomplishment, feeling a sense of pride, knowing that it was a great day. So as part of the morning ritual, and if you're joining me now, I was talking about Hal Elrod and Miracle Morning, and talking about just doing things to help create light and balance and certainty in an uncertain world. And one of the things that we can do is to tell the story. So it's 10 p.m. tonight. I had the best day. I'm so proud of myself because I accomplished what? What's one thing? You go into the future. The most challenging part was fill in the blank. The following people help me because you're always going to need help. I had a situation already today. I have to get a new web provider. My hosting is just not good. I actually called this is really funny. I called my hosting service and I told them what was going on. And they said, I don't think we could help you anymore. You need to go somewhere else. And I was like, wow, that's shocking. So I need to find a dedicated web server. So anyway, I put a note out there on Facebook. I've been reaching out to people, and I'll figure it out. I found the following answers in the following places. I'm grateful and proud of myself for everything I accomplished today. So just telling the story of my day helps me to tell the story of my week, of my month, of my 10-month, of my year. It's a wonderful exercise. So I hope you'll check this out. It's part of the Win or Learn series that I'm putting together, exercises, activities to really help you throughout the year. All right, I want to end this with something kind of fun. If you've seen this, there's been a bunch of videos of students celebrating their teachers. It feels good. I love doing things that feel good. And I thought I would end today's morning greeting with this great little clip.
And finally this morning, some students at Chapman University have created a viral sensation for what they did for a beloved professor during a Zoom of their last regular class of the semester.
I don't see anybody with their camera on. It's just kind of the new cool thing to do, not turn your camera on. Seriously, is it my fault that you have your cameras off?
So Dr. Brown, we actually kind of wanted to do something.
With your cameras off?
Everybody, if you want to go ahead.
Oh, you guys, oh, you're going to make me cry. I'm reading each one. Oh,
That's cool. Dr. Brown and his wife have been at Chapman for over 25 years. His students say despite many rough patches with online learning, they wanted to thank Dr. Brown for still managing to make such a huge impact on them. The video, as you can see, brought the professor to tears, has since gone viral with at least 23.6 million views. Man, I thought I was watching a Hallmark movie there. Kind of teared me up a little bit as well.
So that's really cool. And it's just another example of students finding the time and energy to show someone that they care. You know, who are the people in your corner? And I love it when students who oftentimes, like in these Zoom rooms, like a lot of times, you know, teachers don't even know that students are paying attention. Sometimes they turn off their cameras. And when I do training for them, I'm always encouraging them, you know, you push the love out, and sometimes people respond and sometimes they don't, and not everybody's receptive to receiving it at all times. But when you put it out there, the faith that you have in the process is that good things will happen and people will appreciate it. And I just love seeing that. So I am so grateful to be in your corner. I'm so happy to have the chance to visit with you. It's really important for me to check in with you at least once a week. I'm going to be checking in with you a lot more. And this was one of the things on my list, especially, you know, what I feel good about today. And I just am so grateful to be in your corner. I'm so grateful to be here with you. I'm really excited for the coming weeks and the coming months because I'm going to be introducing Win or Learn and putting together a whole program for you just to really share some of the things that I've been able to practice in my own life, and also be able to share some of the research and information that I'm able to present in the book. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you get to tell a great story, and I'm excited to be in your corner, and I'm so thankful that I have the chance to visit with you. Have an amazing rest of the day, and I look forward to continuing the conversation. Thanks, everybody.